It's match 5 of the FIFA Arab Cup in Qatar. We're at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium for Algeria against Sudan. Well, fantastic setting here in Al Rayyan. Warm conditions. It's just approaching 1 o'clock in the afternoon local time. Yesterday, Groups A and B got underway at the FIFA Arab Cup 2021. Today, we see the 8 teams in Groups C and D get their campaigns underway. Good day yesterday. The highest match of the day was here at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium as we kicked off the tournament. Tunisia beating Mauritania by 5 goals to 1. There were also wins for the UAE, the host Qatar, while Iraq and Bahrain drew 1-1. Well, this is one of 6 stadiums being used for the tournament. All 6 will be part of the World Cup here in Qatar in 12 months' time. This stadium will host group matches and one of the round of 16 games. And both these sides have their colours in the crowd, not in huge numbers, but enough to make a good atmosphere here. It's great to have spectators back in stadiums in some capacity these days. Algeria and Sudan preparing to go head-to-head. Algeria, the second highest ranked team in the FIFA rankings behind Tunisia. Sudan are the lowest ranked team in the competition. Well, Sudan will be hoping to take advantage of the fact that this is pretty much an Algeria A team. Most of their big-name stars haven't been released by their European clubs for the competition. Confirmation of Group D. Algeria, as we said, the highest-ranked team. The 1982 Arab Cup winners, Egypt, are in the group as well. They meet Lebanon later at the Al Tumama Stadium in Doha. So very important, of course, to get off to a win. With just 3 group games to be played, the top 2 teams in each group will go through to the quarter-finals. 32 matches coming up, the final in Al Bayt on the 18th of December. And of course, all this is a prelude to the main event, the big event, the FIFA World Cup here in Qatar. And the final of this competition being played exactly 12 months before the final of the biggest football tournament in the world, which comes to this part of the world for the first time. And of course, it's the first time we've had a Winter World Cup as well, because of the high temperatures in the summer in this part of the world. But this stadium, air-conditioned like most of the World Cup stadiums are, and it does make for very comfortable surroundings. It's not the hottest day you could imagine here. 28 degrees is quite mild by comparison in this part of the world. If you've been here in the summer months, you'll know that it can reach up towards the half-century. The stage managed openings once again, and the familiar music will greet the flags onto the pitch. Players arrived here about an hour and 45 minutes ago, completed their warm-ups, had a look round, taken some photos and done some video calling on the pitch. But now it's time for the serious action to start and trying to get some points. It's the 10th edition of the FIFA Arab Cup. The last edition was 2012. Morocco won on that occasion. They come here as the defending champions with a vastly different team, of course. But nevertheless, the FIFA Arab Cup replacing the Confederations Cup, which was always the prelude to a World Cup. And a lot of these fans haven't seen their team for quite some time in stadiums, I'm sure. We had a great atmosphere yesterday made by the Tunisians and the Mauritanians, and today will be equally as good, I'm sure. Still quite a bit of experience around in that Algerian team, despite the fact they're missing names like Riyad Mahrez and Said Benrahma. But a good chance for some of the younger players in the squad to prove themselves. Sudan ranked 124th in the current FIFA rankings. They did get as high as 74 back in 1996. They were going through a bit of a resurgence in Sudanese football, but things have fallen away over the previous years or so. Hubert Velou, the Frenchman, is the man currently in charge of them. Well, they may be one of the favourites, or maybe without their main players rather, but they will be one of the favourites to lift the Arab Cup. Algeria. Sudan, as we said, the lowest ranked team in the competition, and the hope of their captain Nasser Omar is that playing in a World Cup stadium will help inspire his team to great things. Can they start by causing what would be an upset on paper? As we say, it's not the full strength Algeria team. Only 8 of the 23-man squad featured in their recent World Cup qualifying matches. But the two teams will line up. We'll give you the lineups in just a moment. First of all, it's the two team anthems. The anthem of Algeria followed by the anthem of Sudan. So Sudan coach Hubert Velou has pretty much a full-strength squad to choose from. 9 of the 11 started the recent World Cup qualifier against Guinea-Bissau. The exceptions being Ramadan Agab and defender Dia Majoub. Mohamed Abdel Rahman has scored 8 of his 13 international goals this year, while captain Nasruddin Omar is the most experienced member of the team and has announced that he'll retire after next year's Africa Cup of Nations. So 5-3-2, the favoured formation for Hubert Velou. So Majid Bouguera is the assistant coach to Jamel Belmadi in the Algerian team. This is the first time he's taken charge of the Algerian team at a major tournament. And he was saying before the game how important it is that his side get off to a positive start here. He knows the threat that Sudan will pose. Hubert Velou, a former goalkeeper in his playing days, hoping to keep a tight defence tonight against the Algerians. So it will be Algeria then to get us underway, all in white, kicking from left to right in the first half. So Bounedjah will be the lone striker. Sudani just trying to chase that one down, but couldn't keep the ball in play. Saw Mauritania beaten heavily here yesterday by Tunisia in the opening game. Sudan will hope that they can perform a little bit better. Straight away, Algeria looking to get off on positive footing. That was Sayoud playing the ball forward. It's back to Abo Shren. Forward by Ben Lamry. Algeria have had a pretty good run. Mid-2000s, they were up as high as 15th in the rankings. In 2014, they dropped outside the top 100. Earlier on, 7 years previously, it was a great resurgence for them in that period, 2007 to 2014. So they have qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations. They've had a wonderful recent record as well. Last defeat was in the African Nations Championship against Morocco. That was 18 games ago. Without one or two of their familiar names tonight, though, as we said, Riyad Mahrez, who's just been nominated for a Puskás Award for the best goal of the year, his goal against Zimbabwe in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifying. Took an amazing cushion touch, turned the defender inside out twice before slotting into the net. He'll find out in mid-January if he's to be the recipient of that award. Forward by Amir. Fourth appearance in the Arab Cup for Sudan. Did play in the last edition in 2012. They finished second in the group behind Iraq, but it wasn't enough to put them through on that occasion. It was played under a slightly different format. Jetty. Bendebka. So most of the big European clubs not releasing their players for this tournament. Algeria were hit by an injury to Mehdi Abid, who had to withdraw from the squad after picking up a knock just after the initial squad was announced. There's Brahimi. Sayoud, just in behind Brahimi's run. Walid Hassan. Yazir again over on that far side, the target. They are playing a front two. Yazir will take up a slightly wider role. Mohamed Abdul Rahman is the man through the middle, the man who's been scoring goals for fun in their World Cup qualifiers. Beniyada. Gay. Offside flag up against Bounedjah. Well, the player that plays his club football in Qatar, Baghdad Bounedjah, plays for Al Sadd. He's been linked potentially with joining up with his former coach Xavi Hernandez at Barcelona. Xavi's a huge fan, and his goal-scoring record quite incredible in the QSL. 128 goals in 108 appearances for Al Sadd. Richard Bagheera spent a long time playing in England early on in his career, Sheffield Wednesday and Charlton. Had a spell in Scotland with Rangers. He was with Jamel Belmadi at Al Dahail as well as an assistant coach. Those two have been together for a while now. Footed by Agab. Brahimi. Tricky character when he's on the ball. Yassin Brahimi, the man from Al Rayyan. It's his home stadium. Vastly experienced, over 50 appearances for the national team. One of the more experienced players in this 23-man squad, Yassin Brahimi. Ball headed up across the face of goal. Gone behind for a goal kick. Bounedjah heading it wide. Made his debut 7 years ago now. Baghdad Bounedjah scored the winner in that Africa Cup of Nations. They are the defending champions, of course, Algeria. They'll defend their title in Cameroon in January. His goal in that final did take a big deflection off the Senegal defender Salif Sane. It was the goal that gave them the Africa Cup of Nations title there, so Hubert Veloud has also guided his side through to the Africa Cup of Nations. They're in a group with Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria and Egypt. Because they will play Egypt in this competition. Their next game, in fact, at Ras Abu Aboud, or the 974 stadium here in Qatar. A bit of a telling off there for Abdallah Faris. Algeria enjoying most of the possession in the early moments here. It's headed away by Walid Hassan. A forfeit. Ebo Shren, the goalkeeper. 21 of these Sudan players are based in the country. Only Walid Hassan and Al-Tahir El-Tahar play outside the country. Plenty of drama yesterday, of course, on the opening day of this Arab Cup. That 5-1 win for Tunisia here. late drama in the Iraq-Oman game, a late penalty awarded by VAR and a miss and then a retake which salvaged a point for Iraq. Qatar, the host nation, got a 1-0 victory over Bahrain, and the UAE ended up holding on against 10-man Syria for a 2-1 win. Mohamed Ahmed. Lovely ball inside the fullback. This is Ben Yada. Great ball across. Good save with the goalkeeper's legs. And the overhead hits the post from Bounedjah. Still the danger hasn't gone yet. Well, Algeria close to scoring the opening goal. Brilliant ball inside the fullback. Ben Yada with a great ball into the box. It was Brahimi who got the initial touch. And then Baghdad Bounedjah looking to add to his goal-scoring CV with the overhead kick which hit the post. Good save initially, great technique. Follow-up shot went wide, closest we've come to a goal inside the opening 10 minutes. There's another good ball forward, it's just gone out of play though. You can see what Sudan are trying to do. Yazir's got great pace on that far side. They're just trying to get him in behind the fullback. There he goes again. That's Ben Lamry, the covering defender this time though. Sides have met previously in qualifying. They met in a qualifying campaign as Bounedjah goes through again. The goalkeeper's a long way off his line. Great finish. That's what he does best. Baghdad Bounedjah gets another international goal on his 50th appearance. Goal number 23. Quite what the goalkeeper Abbo Shren was doing, coming that far off his line. Anybody's guess, but Manji Bagheera's side had taken the lead. And having drawn a blank in the last two international matches, Bounedjah scores the opening goal of the game here. Just got it out of reach of the defender on the line. That's his 6th goal in his last 11 internationals. And you can see why he's so highly rated. Brilliant finish. Algeria leading here by a goal to nil. Let's see what Sudan are made of. They had a pretty good African Cup of Nations qualifying campaign. Their World Cup campaign wasn't so good. Just one win in their World Cup games. They're not going to qualify. They couldn't even make the playoffs. Currently on a run of 6 games without a win. He played inside the fullback once again, but Mboli's off his line to gather. Algeria coming forward once again. Nice play again. Oh, it's given away. It's a clumsy mistake. And the goalkeeper redeems himself to deny Sudani. Well, Sudan all over the place at the back at the moment. Goalkeeping error for the first goal, came racing out of his goal. Lovely touch by Bounedjah. It was an unfortunate deflection, but it's played across his own area by Walid Hassan. Corner to Algeria. Comfortable take by the goalkeeper, Ben Yada. Playing that far too close to the keeper. Algeria were one of those teams who qualified directly for the tournament due to their ranking. Sudan had to play a qualifier here. There were a round of qualifying matches played in Qatar back in June. They beat Libya by 1-0. Bunajat. Sayud. Bedrane. Ben Yada again the intended target. Looking to get inside Faris. He knew exactly where the goalkeeper was, Bunajat. Four shots so far, 1 goal to show for their efforts, Algeria. That looked like a foul on Sayud. He might need a little bit of treatment. Three more games coming up today. In groups C and D. Egypt against Lebanon, Morocco, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia against Jordan is the late game tonight. Saudi Arabia, another of the teams that have really risen up the rankings in terms of international football over the last few years. Morocco as well, of course, great history they have as well. That's given away to Mohamed Abdelrahman, and in turn given back to Ben Yada. Both sides giving the ball away unnecessarily at the moment. There was a little trip by Ben Yada. Be a free kick to Algeria, taken quickly, wasn't quite from the right place, but the referee's allowed play to go on. There's Chetty on the overlap. Bunajat waits in the middle once again. Brahimi out wide again to Chetty. Well, Brahimi's done well, wriggling away through down the line. Away by Faris, not very far though. Bunajat. Shot blocked this time. Sayud. Quick feet by Agab to get the ball away. Mohamed Abdelrahman on the chase. Back to Mboli in the Algeria goal. They did lose a friendly match 3 weeks ago. They played New Zealand in Dubai. Algeria. Came on the back of 2 World Cup qualifiers that they played earlier on in the month when they had their full strength side. They beat Djibouti by 4-0 and a 2-2 draw held by Burkina Faso. The highlight of their campaign so far was their first game against Djibouti back in September. They won 8-0 with Slimani getting 4 goals. Sudan drew 0-0 with Guinea-Bissau in their last international. Prior to that, they were beaten rather 3-0 by Morocco. Finished bottom of their group in World Cup qualifying. Morocco were imperious through the qualifying campaign. They won all 6 of their games to go through to the 3rd round of African qualifying, along with Algeria, which will be in the new year. That's a great ball out to Yazir. Heavy touch, though, allows Ben Lamry to get the foot in. There's another player down injured. It's Sufyan Bendebka. Plays for Al Fatah in Saudi Arabia. 58 years ago, the Arab Cup was established by the then president of the Lebanese Football Association. Iraq has been the most successful nation, 4 victories in the previous 9 editions. Beirut was the host in the first edition of this competition when it was played in a group stage format. Many more teams involved now, though. We've 16 teams across the 4 groups here in Qatar. Nice ball back inside, Ben Debka. Now Agab. Sayoud. Late whistle from the referee. We do have VAR in operation here, of course, to check any of the major incidents. There were a couple of incidents yesterday that required VAR's intervention. There was a penalty awarded to Mauritania here for a handball in the 12th minute of added time at the end of the first half after that head injury to the Tunisian goalkeeper. Penalty awarded in the Iraq-Oman game as well. Faris. Walid Hassan, again looking for the run of Yazir down that far side. They've tried on several occasions, they can't get him free at the moment. Could be a busy evening, will be this afternoon rather, for Chetty. Raisson Bolli in the Algerian goal has been pretty untroubled so far. In the opening minutes, the goalkeeper is the most experienced player in the Algerian team, 84 appearances now with today's. Free kick to defend here, though. It'll be taken by Ramadan Agab. Comfortable header away by Ben Lamry. And now Sayoud with a little bit of space in front of him. Defenders trying to get back here. The Algerians do break with good pace. Not a great ball, though. It was slipped through, looking for the run of Sudani. Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Walilden given away to Brahimi. Sudan enjoying probably their best spell of possession. I know it's early stages in the game so far, but haven't seen too much of the ball in those opening minutes prior to Algeria scoring, but they've managed to get their foot on the ball a little bit more in the last few moments or so. Nobody far enough forward. That's away by Bedrane. Ben Lamry. 21st of November 2022 is the date that the World Cup gets underway here in Qatar. 18th of December will be the final. Getting the ball inside the fullback, it's a good one as Bel Benayada. Can't miss out the goalkeeper though, Abo Shren. Some of the approach play from Algeria, some of those balls from defence and midfield have searched out their intended targets. It was a poor cross on that time, by that occasion rather, by Benayada. It's a heavy touch, almost allows Mohamed Abdul Rahman aside, but well recovered by Bedrane. It is just a third appearance for Algeria in the Arab Cup. They made their first appearance in 1988. They didn't get past the group stage on that occasion. Didn't bother entering in 92, 1998 in Qatar. Again, it was an under-23 side they fielded on that occasion, finished bottom behind Saudi Arabia and Lebanon. If they can get off to a win in their opening game here, then that would give them a really good chance of making it through as one of the top two from the group. So they do have Lebanon and Egypt. It's been a good start for Majid Bouguera in the tournament so far. His side have got another corner. Cleverly worked. Pull back to Sudani. It's not cleared. Takes a deflection. And again, it's Bounedjah who's denied in front of goal. Well, it was a cleverly worked corner. The ball pulled back to Sudani. Sliding challenge from Bedrane. There's quite a mixed bag in the Algerian ranks of where their players play. That was the corner, the shot from Sudani. It was a great idea. Just too many bodies back behind the ball. Only 6 players play in Algeria with the 23-man squad, 6 in Saudi Arabia, 6 in Tunisia and 5 in Qatar. They're all fairly well spread around. Ben Lamry. Brahimi. He spin away again. He's very good on the ball. Good close control. Looking to find Bounedjah. Chase on here again for Yazir, but Ben Lamry comes across and then's caught by Yazir. There'll be another free kick to Algeria. So it's a good platform for these players, playing in World Cup stadiums and playing against big opposition. So a lot of the African nations that are here will be in the Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon in January. So rather than playing meaningless friendlies in the build-up to that match, they are playing a competitive tournament. Sure, it's time for one or two of the coaches to try a few different things. So you will see the Algerian big guns back, of course, for that tournament. But the A-team, as it were, are doing pretty well at the moment. That's just out of the reach of Sudani, but he'll keep the ball in play. I think that came out off... Well, it didn't come out off Sudani, it's gone out off Mohamed Ahmed. So another corner to Algeria. I think the ball had already crossed the line when it clipped Sudani, so another chance for Benayada with the corner. This looks like it'll be a more regulation corner. Well defended by Sudan. Benayada again. Sayoud. Benayada. Forced back to Chetty. Lovely skills again, Brahimi, little drop of the shoulder. And another one, looking to try and get to the byline. Good defending by the captain, Nasreddin, who clears the ball behind for the corner. Spent a couple of years at Paris Saint-Germain's academy. Yazin Brahimi. It's his first international in over a year. He played in a 2-2 Nations Cup draw with Zimbabwe in 2020. That's a nice flick by Ben Lamry. Foul by Sudani, though, as he tried to get on the end of the flick. And Ben Lamry just in the back of Abdallah Faris. Seven of these Sudanese players, including Abdallah Faris, play for Al Hilal in Sudan. Benayada's crossing once again, it's over everybody. Brahimi to try and keep this one alive. Pressure on from Algeria again. Bounedjah's waiting in the middle. Two defenders on him at the moment. He'll need all his trickery to try and get around them. Dia eventually managed to get a foot in. Waleldin. Nasreldin. Oh, Faris just bounced out of reach to the frustration of his coach on the sideline, just in front of Ubevelu. Coached in France previously. He was in charge of Paris FC and Cherbourg. Did take charge of Togo for a while. That was his first international coaching job. Replaced Zdravko Lugorisic as the coach of Sudan. Another foul by the captain, Nasruddin Omar. Actually retiring after the Africa Cup of Nations next year. He's 36 years of age now, Nasruddin Omar. He's been a great servant to Sudan over the years. Brahimi. Sudani. Ben Lamry. Brahimi was quickly closed down there by Nasreldin. Just wanted a little bit too much time on the ball. Algeria leading by that early goal for Baghdad Bounedjah. 9 minutes in. Very good goal it was, a very well taken goal, but the goalkeeper will look back and Abo Schroeder realised that he probably didn't need to come off his line so far. Here's a gap. Benayada. Jamal Belmadi, who's the normal coach of Algeria, so he's not here. He's left things to Majid Begheri, his assistant, but he didn't get off to the best start with Algeria. Their qualifying campaign for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, as they come forward again, stabbed over the bar though by Brahimi. And their qualifying campaign for that tournament suffered a couple of surprise results. It was deemed acceptable, but they suffered a surprise loss to Benin and 2 draws with the Gambia. A couple of nice touches there from Brahimi, but couldn't add the finish on the end. A little pullback from Chetty. But it was when they got to the finals, they really excelled. It endeared him to the Algerian supporters after that. So the only game they didn't win inside 90 minutes was a penalty shootout quarter-final win over Côte d'Ivoire. Other than that, it was a pretty perfect record in the last Africa Cup of Nations, and they'll be the team to be shot at when that tournament resumes again in January. Foul on Sudani. There wasn't too much in that. Nasreldin would certainly got an arm across his back, but I think Sudani was being a little bit clever there, knew exactly where the Sudan captain was behind him. And it's a free kick in a dangerous position as a result. Here's Sayoud. Will take the free kick. Four players in white, all in a line. Everybody back for Sudan, all about the delivery. He went for goal. It was a cheeky one from Sayoud, but didn't quite get his angles right. Plays for Al in Saudi Arabia. His club are bottom of the Saudi Pro League at the moment. That league is in its fairly early stages at the moment. .92 places between these sides in the FIFA rankings. This is Chetty. Good running again by Bunajah. Brahimi through the middle. Bendebka's there as well. Great run. Bendebka at the near post. Can't get the shot on target. It's gone for a goal kick. Good build-up play again from Algeria. Good defending on that occasion, though, from Mohamed Ahmed. Lovely overlap from Chetty, great awareness from Bunajah. And it was the touch from Mohamed Ahmed which just did enough to put Bendebka off his shot. Bendebka again. Little flick by Sayoud. Bunajah. Sayoud's continued his run! Good save! Abou-Shren got a hand to it to turn it behind. Lovely movement again from Algeria. We saw Tunisia yesterday with Jaziri in particular, whose movement off the ball was exceptional. That was a brilliant move. It was a great touch as well by Sayoud. And somehow Abou-Shren has got something on it. Good save. Another corner. Fifth corner of this first half for Algeria, off the post. Bendebka. Out as far as Sayoud. Little chip to Brahimi. Past his man once again, Brahimi. Nice little pullback, side-footed in. The goalkeeper got a hand to it, but Bunajah finds the bottom corner and gets his second goal of the game. And having made a stunning save just a moment or so ago, that's one Abou-Shren will feel he should have saved. But Baghdad Bunajah won't care. It's another goal for him, and Algeria have extended their lead by 2-0. Great work out wide by Brahimi, and the clever pullback. So often you see players just playing that across the face of the area, but he had the presence of mind just to spot Bunajah. And it's another great finish. He really is a quality finisher in front of goal. Maybe if he had that shot again, he'd like to have placed it a little bit wider than the goalkeeper. He gave Abou-Shren a chance, but couldn't quite get enough strength in the wrist to turn it behind. And Bunajah gets his second goal of the game. He's up to 24 goals for the national side now. He's averaging virtually a goal every 2 games, which at any level of football is pretty impressive. I mentioned his fantastic record in the QSL a little bit earlier on. Jamel Belmadi just a couple of weeks ago, after Xavi Hernandez moved to Barcelona, saying that he has spoken to Xavi about him and he knows how much he rates him and likes him as a player. And well, that would be a huge move for him if he could end up with his old coach. Faris spins away. Haven't had a single shot on goal yet, Sudan. 13 shots for Algeria so far, 5 of them on target. Bendebka. Sayoud. Pushing it wide for Brahimi. And here he's Amir Rather's just behind him. Bendebka. Seem to have much more time on the ball, Algeria, than their opponents. Great run this from Sayoud into the box. And Brahimi fires it just wide. Well, they've opened up Sudan once again. Sayoud and Brahimi between them. And there's always the danger, of course, as a defender, you're paying too much attention to where a striker like Bounedjah is and allowing that little bit of extra space for the likes of Sayoud and Brahimi in this one. Just had to stretch in the end to get the shot. There was a little bit of pace on the ball from Sayoud. Probably feel he should have hit the target there, but he's getting himself in good position, Sayoud. Nasruddin rides the tackle. Mohamed Abdul Rahman. What's going through Hubert Velu's mind at the moment? Knew this would be a tough baptism into this competition. But having seen his side almost soak up the Algerian pressure, falling 2 goals down and not really threatening Mboli's goal in this first half would be a worry. Sudani. Rezegate. Bendebka. Sudani. Just took a touch off a Sudan player on its way out. It's Bendebka. 4 minutes to go to half-time here in Al Rayyan. Algeria nicely in control against Sudan, leading 2-0. Sayoud forward again. Might get a second chance, Sayoud. Good defending once again from Mohamed Ahmed, who I think just caught Sayoud as he played that one away. And the referee, as you can see, is talking away there. When he touches his ear, that means he's talking to VAR. He played the ball away, but it was a high foot. The studs were up on the shins. Well, does this warrant? They are checking for a possible penalty. Bounedjah was the player that felt the full weight of that challenge. So the VAR officials will have a look. They'll advise if the referee needs to go and have another look on the pitch side monitor. There's the challenge again. He was diving in a little, Mohamed Ahmed. Of course, they've got to decide whether he was in control as he made the challenge. Bounedjah's back on his feet. Checks over, so no penalty, will just be a corner. I don't think Bounedjah particularly agrees with that decision. He may well have taken the penalty, of course, to maybe get a first-half hat-trick here, but he'll have to try and do things the more conventional way. Brahimi will take the corner. Dangerous one, he took a flick once again, and headed in by Belhamri, and it's that flick at the near post which has undone Sudan. Brilliantly worked corner once again. All about the delivery, and Belhamri, who was lurking unmarked with a fairly simple header beyond the goalkeeper to make it 3-0. And Jamal Belhamri, who also plays here for Qatar Sports Club, with a simple goal. 3 defenders around him, but they just didn't seem to have the presence of mind to know where he was. Lovely flick, and that's exactly what Belhamri was put there for. And that is his first international goal on his 26th appearance. And Algeria increase their advantage. Hasn't played international football as much as he would have liked, Jamal Belhamri, having been called up to the squad in 2013. He had to withdraw due to injury. It was 2018 he eventually made his debut for the national team. Looks like he's making up for lost time now. Bedrane's header. It's been a very competent first-half performance by the Algerians. So they are the second-ranked team in the tournament, next to Tunisia. They had a big win yesterday. Algeria looking to give themselves a foothold at the top of the group. Egypt and Lebanon will play later on, the other two teams in the group. Rezegate. Sudani. Just coming back from an offside position. Right in front of the assistant referee was El Arabi Sudani. Another player taking advantage of the experienced players. Binan hasn't played since March, missed the World Cup qualifiers. So a good chance, though, for some of these players to impress, to try and find a way into that Africa Cup of Nations squad. The man who that ball was intended for will be, I'm sure, one of the first names on the sheet, Baghdad Bounedjah. 2 minutes to be added at the end of the first half. The first half that's been all about Algeria. 60% possession in this first half they've had. Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Just wonder whether Sudan already, even at the halfway point, might be thinking more about damage limitation than maybe getting back into the game. Teams are allowed 5 substitutions, still don't forget, due to the current situation. That's given away to Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Heavy touch, though. Ben Lamry back on defensive duty. Abed Rane. Allowed to run by Brahimi. Sudani took a tumble, no foul. Nasreldin. Walildin. Good challenge on Yassir. Firm but fair, according to the referee. Chetty. Brahimi. Nice turn once again. Chetty was caught late after the ball had gone. Still play continues. It's Sayoud weaving away forward, goes down in the area. The referee said there's no foul. The assistant flagged. I just wonder whether he might go back to that incident. Chetty was certainly caught after he played the ball. Good advantage played by the Japanese referee. We'll wait and see if VAR have a quick look at that challenge on Sayoud. There's a ball down the line for Mohamed Abdul Rahman, which wasn't telegraphed at all by the number 10. Agab just thinking a little bit too far ahead of his striker. Very good start for Majid Bouguera's team. So winning your first game gives you a better than good chance of making it through, with two teams going through. It is going to be Yazir that's been spoken to by the referee, Ruji Sato. Ben Lamry just caught as well, as the referee brings to a close a first half dominated by Algeria, and 2 goals from Baghdad Bounedjah. The first one after a goalkeeping rush of blood to the head from Abo Shren, who came racing out of his goal. The second, a tidy finish into the bottom corner, and Ben Lamry, the big defender, added a third goal 2 minutes before half-time. Sudan with work to do. Algeria's A-team very much in control here at half-time. It's Algeria 3, Sudan 0. So let's take a look at the numbers from that first half. You can see down that left-hand side, dominated by Algeria, 60% of the possession. 14 shots, we're still waiting for Sudan to trouble the Algeria goal. No shots for them. 5 of those shots hitting the target from Algeria, 3 goals scored. They didn't manage to make anything from their first 4 corners, but the 5th one led to the 3rd goal for Ben Lamry. So it's those Algeria fans that are the happier of the 2 teams at half-time. So day 2 of the FIFA Arab Cup in Qatar. And a good start by Algeria against Sudan. Hit the post early on from Baghdad Boujadar with a great overhead kick. And that really set the tone for the first half. It was the Algerians that were very much on top throughout the first half. They took the lead through Baghdad Boujadar. The goalkeeper went walkabout, came off his line. It was a brilliant finish by Boujadar, and that was the goal that put his side in front. Just 9 minutes gone. His pedigree and his stock continuing to rise. Great record scoring for Al Sadd in the QSL, and improving his international goal-scoring tally as well. Clearly he'll be a contender for the Golden Boot at this tournament. Algeria kept pressing. They were dangerous every time they went forward. That was Brahimi stabbing goalwards, but stabbing just over the top. His movement and forward play was exceptional in that first half. Saoud as well played his part, didn't quite get the free kick right, just curling it over the top. Benayada's corner was met at the near post by Bendebka, who couldn't quite find a way through. But Algeria looking dangerous every time they went forward. They kept the pressure on from the corner, and a clever full pullback from Brahimi. Van Bounedjah, who scored his 2nd goal of the game. Another finish into the bottom corner. Abo Shren, the goalkeeper, got his hand to it, but there was just too much on the shot. He couldn't keep it out, and Algeria doubled their lead to make it 2-0. And even at this early stage, you wondered what would happen to Sudan. They were having to defend manfully. That was Mohamed Ahmed, who played the ball away. Did catch Bounedjah. They had a quick look VAR, but decided there was no penalty to be awarded. It was just a corner, but it proved costly. Brahimi with a wonderful delivery. Flick at the near post by Bendebka, and the diving header from Ben Lamry for his first international goal. And Algeria stretching their lead to 3-0 at half-time. Sudan beaten once again. Great header. And Algeria very much on their way to 3 points still, with 45 minutes to go here in Al Rayyan. Welcome back to the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. Sudan just slightly behind their opponents in coming out for the second half. They are going to make a couple of changes at half-time. 3-0 down after that excellent first half from Algeria. Adam Ahmed and Adil Salaheldin are the two players that are going to be coming on. We'll see who's going off. Ramadan Agab is one of those players that's gone off. And Dia Majoub, one of the three centre-backs, has gone off as well, so expecting we'll see a change in formation for Sudan in this second half. It will be Sudan to get us underway, all in red. So trailing by 3-0, 2 from Baghdad Bounedjah and 1 from Jamil Ben Lamri just before half-time. Algeria 45 minutes away from picking up their first 3 points in the Arab Cup as they look to go through to the knockout stages. 32 games in this tournament. This is match number 5. Oh, brilliant. Right at the start of the second half. Sudani gets his name on the score sheet as well. And didn't he enjoy that one? Well, not what Sudan wanted at the start of the second half. They were hoping they could try and get themselves back into the game. But they've been undone by a piece of individual brilliance at the start of the half. And whatever Hubert Velou said at half-time, well, has gone straight out of the window. Poor defending once again. Great finish curled into the bottom corner. Abou Shren out of position once more. I think that's the third goal that Sudan have gifted their opponents. Mohamed Ahmed, and losing possession and bent into the corner by Sudani to make it 4-0. Another player that's got a great goals-to-game ratio. Sudani averages almost a goal every 2 games. It's his first international goal since November 2019. He scored the 4th in a 4-0 win over Zambia. Said he played against Zambia in the Nations Cup back in March. He didn't feature in any of the World Cup qualifiers, but showing that he's very much a part of this national team. We talked yesterday about Tunisia laying down a marker against Mauritania, and Algeria are doing exactly that here against Sudan. Egypt and Algeria, of course, are with the 2 favourites to go through. Egypt, like Algeria, missing 1 or 2 of their key players. Of course, no Mo Salah. They play Lebanon a little bit later on today. There are a couple of other games going on today as well. Morocco against Palestine and Saudi Arabia against Jordan. That's the game at 10 o'clock local time tonight. That should be a good game. Saudi Arabia very much in form at the moment. When we'll see changes from Majid Bougueri's side are cruising comfortably. Games every 3 days in this tournament. Say Algeria will play Lebanon next in Al Wakra. Sudan play Egypt in Ras Abu Abu before coming back here to Al Rayyan to take on Lebanon in their final match. He had the presence of mind to close down the defender. I don't quite know what Mohamed Ahmed was doing. He just had that heavy touch and the ball ran out of his reach. And well, when they watch the replays back of this game, they'll realise, Sudan, that they probably could have avoided at least 3 of the goals that have been scored. Faris. gone to a flat back four in the second half with Nasser Eldin sitting just in front. To a 4-2-3-1 in the second half to match up with their opponents. Sayoud. Rezegate. By Brahimi. It's the look of the bounce once again against Salah Eldin. By Salah Eldin. This is Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Good defending again by Ben Lamry. He's the beneficiary of that great flick from the corner just before half-time to head in his first international goal. Sayoud's been busy as well. Great ball over the top. Baghdad Bounedjah. The flag stays down! And Bounedjah gets a hat-trick. Another impressive performance. The flag stayed down. I'm sure VAR will just have a quick check. The assistants, of course, are being encouraged these days to allow play to run. Wasn't sure whether we might have seen the flag go up. Let's check the run. We might just be offside. We might just have a look at that. It's so quick for the assistant referees, of course. That's what VAR's for these days. But take nothing away from the finish from Bounedjah. They are checking for the offside. And I think Bounedjah may just have gone a fraction too early. They have widened the line slightly for the offside decisions this season. Japanese referee will just wait while VAR are checking. Everybody else seems to think it's a goal. Well, is he going to be denied a hat-trick? Well, it's no goal, it is offside. So he just went a fraction early. So Bounedjah will have to try and get his hat-trick again. It's a good finish. Just there, if you watch, if they draw those imaginary lines in, his foot was just the wrong side of the last defender. Just happened so quickly, so difficult for an assistant to see. Ben Lamry back to Mboli, who's been a virtual spectator. We still haven't had a single shot on goal from Sudan. We're in the 53rd minute. Ben Lamry. Bedrane. I was going to say that Algeria can play with a little bit of freedom now. They've got to a 4-goal lead, but they've been playing with freedom right from the very first whistle. They've looked very comfortable on the ball. Their movement has been excellent. There's confirmation of the offside. It's the shoulder. It was just the wrong side of that last defender. Just cut out by Walid Hassan. Majid Bagheera will be pleased with his side's efforts so far. They'll want to carry on pressing. They'll want to make sure they try and keep a clean sheet. "16 goals in the 5 matches so far, and we've still got time for more goals in this one to come." Chetty. Caught late by Yazir. who was warned about one in the first half as well. He might just get away with this one too, Muzammil Yazir. Free kick's been taken quickly. Chetty was quickly back to his feet, in fairness. That's given away to Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Bedrame nips in again ahead of Yazir, who just trying to tackle him from the wrong side. All the way back to Mboli. That's the only way that the goalkeeper's had to touch the ball so far. He's from back passes. Ball forward again, aimed in towards Sudani. So Algeria's golden generation was the 1980 to 1990. They caused a major upset in world football when they beat West Germany in the opening game of the 1982 World Cup. It was a result that really made one or two people sit up and take note. Played in the 1986 World Cup, but were humbled in that one, finished bottom of the group behind Brazil, Spain and Northern Ireland. And it was only in 1990 when they hosted the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time they went on to win that tournament, the first of their 2 wins. Jamal Menad was the top scorer and considered one of the best players in Algerian football history. And of course, having won the Africa Cup of Nations 2 years ago, they'll feel that this new generation are putting them back on the map once more. A lot of their big names are missing. The European-based players, Riyad Mahrez, the captain from Manchester City, Lyon's Islam Slimani, who's scored plenty of goals in the qualifying campaign, and West Ham's side, Ben Rama. They'll all be back for the Africa Cup of Nations. There's a slip by Nasreddin. Managed to get back to his feet, though, and get ahead of Ben Debka. Well, they're still chasing every ball, even at a 4-0 advantage at the moment, Algeria. Nasreddin thought he should have had the benefit of that decision. Went against him, though. It's not been Sudan's day so far. Sayoud, great ball across. Here comes Sudani once again. Bounedjah up in support. It's Bounedjah. Oh, denied a hat-trick a moment or so ago by VAR. He's denied by a defender this time. Good challenge. Mohamed Ahmed, the man who slipped for that 4th goal. Walildin. Salaheldin Adil. Shooting chance here for Ahmed Adam, the half-time substitute. Still trying to play the ball through towards Yazir, and eventually it's cleared. They've defended when they've needed to, Algeria. Four clean sheets in their last 7 internationals. They conceded 2 the last time they played, that 2-2 draw with Burkina Faso. Nudging the back on Bedrame, which gives Algeria another free kick. So the Africa Cup of Nations draw has been made. They'll be in a group, Algeria with Sierra Leone, Equatorial Guinea and Côte d'Ivoire. It's a group they'll certainly hope to progress through. Slightly tougher for Sudan. They've got Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria and Egypt, 2 of the big guns in their particular group for that tournament. Because we could see Algeria here in the World Cup in 12 months' time. They're through to the 3rd round of qualifying. Sudan, unfortunately, will have to try again. And of course, the 2026 World Cup is an expanded World Cup as well, 48 teams rather than the current 32 that we have. USA, Mexico and Canada becoming the first time 3 nations have hosted the World Cup finals. Abo Shureng getting the ball away under a little bit of pressure. It's coming straight back at Sudan. Yazir. Well won back by Bendebka. That's the free kick as well. Chetty. Brahimi. Sayoud. Rezegay and Bendebka have had a good game as those 2 holding midfielders trying to get that 3 in front of them moving forward. Sudani, Brahimi and Sayoud. Ben Lamry scored that 3rd goal just before half-time. Bendebka. Sayoud. Deflection from Nasreddin almost sends the ball out to Ben Yedana on that far side. Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Can Sudan get themselves a goal? Good defending again. The ball's ended up back with Mbole. Sudan, one of 7 teams that came through a qualifying match here in Qatar. Oman, Jordan, Mauritania, Lebanon, Palestine and Bahrain were the other 6. So 9 teams qualified by virtue of their place in the current rankings. Beni Yada. Brahimi. Chetty's in a little bit of space on this near side once again. They've utilised him well, Chetty. Sudani, Bendebka rather. Bedrane. Beni Yada. Plenty of red shirts back behind the ball and just stifling the play a little from Algeria at the moment, not able to find any white shirts in space. You can see how much Baghdad Bounedjah wants his hat-trick. He's getting a little frustrated when the ball is cut out by defenders. So he was denied by that VAR flag. So Sudan making another couple of changes here. So Walid Din is one of those coming off. Yazir's also coming off. Abugala Abdallah is one of those players that's coming on. And Hussein Al-Ghazali is another player that's coming on for the final 27 minutes or so here. Frustrating for Sudan. It's 4 changes made now by coach Ubevelo. Al-Ghazali plays for the Al-Marit club in Sudan. Abdallah Abu Ghlar is from Al Hilal, where so most of the squad are based. Al Hilal probably one of the, well, if not the biggest side in Sudan. Change coming up for Algeria. It's going to be a double change for them as well. Bendebka is coming off to be replaced by Zakaria Draoui. And Meziani is also coming on to replace Sayoud. So first two changes made by Algeria. Just getting some fresh legs on. Coach can have a look at players. He's in a comfortable position, of course, with a 4-0 lead. They've increased their share of the possession in the second half, 62% for Algeria. Nasreldin. Confirmation of the two players to depart for Algeria. Meziani, who plays in Tunisia with Etoile Sahel. And Zakaria Draoui, who is one of the Algerian-based players with Belazoydad. 16 under-23 appearances, gets his first full international appearance here. With his side comfortably leading, comfortably on the way to 3 points. And they will be looking on later as Egypt take on the Lebanon. That could be the game to decide top spot, Egypt against Algeria. Sudan has just taken a whack on the head. Well, we are situated here, Al Rayyan. It's the third biggest municipality in Qatar. We're about 35 minutes or so from Doha, the main centre. And the unique thing about the World Cup when it comes around next year is that supporters will be able to take in more than one game in a day due to the close proximity of these stadiums. It's quite a unique scenario we find ourselves in for 2022. And some of these fans have got the opportunity to do that. Games spread out throughout the day. The late game is at 10 o'clock local time. It's just approaching 2:30 in the afternoon here. New metro system, which has been open for a couple of years now, is an ideal way to get around. Lots of work going on at the moment to shape the infrastructure ready for the World Cup next year. It's away by Ben Lamry. Just saw Uber Velou a moment or so ago, and a couple of goalkeeping errors really have cost him. Ironically, he was a goalkeeper in his playing days for Stade de Reims and Chalon de Marne. Farish trying to get the ball across, takes a deflection. It'll only go for a throw-in in the corner. Rezaguet's had a good game. Challenge in the penalty area from Rezaguet. Nasreldin took a tumble as well. And the referee just holding up play for a moment while VAR take a quick look, and he's going to come and have a look here for a potential penalty. So we saw Mauritania get back into the game against Tunisia yesterday with a VAR penalty. Is the same going to happen here for Sudan? Well, there were two challenges in there. One on Nasreldin. Ben Lamry was involved. There's a foot on the foot. Hiroyuko Kimura from Japan is the VAR referee. It was a complete miskick, in fact, by Abouglaa. Does that warrant enough to give a penalty, I wonder? The ball stabbed away, certainly trodden on the ankle, Ben Lamry. You could see the reaction of Nasreldin. He felt he should have been a penalty. The referee's satisfied with what he's seen. You very rarely see these overturned. Once they get the VAR, he has given the penalty. So he follows the advice of the VAR room, and Ben Lamry, who scored in the first half, he's on the wrong end of a decision now because it's a penalty to Sudan. A chance for Mohamed Abdulrahman to get his side on the score sheet. Scored a penalty in the 1-0 win against Libya that put his side through to this competition. Well, playing in Qatar be good to him again from the spot. And a very good year in terms of goal scoring. 8 goals scored in the calendar year so far. This for number 9, and to put a little bit of respectability on the scoreline as far as Sudan are concerned. All eyes on the goalkeeper, who hasn't had to save a single shot yet, Ray Sumboli. This is just the second shot on goal, and saved by the goalkeeper. Mohamed Abdulrahman denied by the experienced man between the posts, Ray Sumboli. The man who kept a clean sheet against England in the 2010 World Cup and earned great plaudits for his performance. Away by Draoui. Now Algeria on the surge once again with Bounedjah. Tried to slip that one through. Faris got involved to prevent Sudani getting on the loose ball. Bounedjah has been caught late again by Abu Ghla. Well, we saw late drama in one of the games yesterday. That 1-1 draw between Iraq and Oman, that late penalty for Iraq that was initially saved by the goalkeeper, and then goalkeeper deemed to have stepped forward, so they changed the penalty taker, and Iraq managed to salvage a point. It's Algeria back on the attack here. Benayada with a free kick. Great ball in, flick header from Bounedjah. Again, he doesn't get much purchase on the ball. Good strong hand by the goalkeeper. Man of the match in that 2019 Africa Cup of Nations final, voted goalkeeper of the tournament, Ray Sumboli. "35 years of age now." They say goalkeepers mature with age. Forward by Bedrane, all the way through to Abo Shiren. Ben Lamry will be a relieved man, having given that penalty away for the challenge on Nasser Eldin. Mboli. Just for the first time, Algeria just looking a little shaky at the back. Haven't been troubled much by Sudan. So that penalty was just their second shot on goal and first on target. Here goes Bounedjah again in search of that hat-trick. Tussling away with Mohamed Ahmed. Well, he's claiming he should have a penalty. Referee had a good view of that. Benayada try and get his side moving forward again. He's still convinced. Just overran it slightly. Certainly an arm on the back from Mohamed Ahmed, but nothing clear-cut. Played forward for Agazoli to try and chase. Too much on it, though. Out for a goal kick. Salah Eldin Ali, one of the second-half substitutes for Sudan. in the World Cup in 2014, Algeria, they made it through to the second round for the first time in their World Cup appearances. Held Germany to a 0-0 draw, took them to extra time in that second round before losing 2-1. Something about Algeria playing Germany that seems to bring out the best in them. Another change here for Sudan, their fifth and final one. Abdelrahim Maaz is the man coming on. And it's the man who missed the penalty, Mohamed Abdelrahman, that's going off. Not to be his day today, the man who has scored the bulk of Sudan's goals over the past few months or so. Drew a blank today against Algeria, who were very strong in defence. It's forward by Amir. Quarter of an hour to go here in Al Rayyan. Ball into the corner for Adam Ahmed. Looks as though Baghdad Bounedjah won't get his hat-trick today. He's preparing to be replaced by Algeria. If he is, he'll have to be quick. Here's Chetty. Can they create something here? Most players will tell you it's a team game, but when you're on the verge of a hat-trick, he might stand a chance. Meziani, the cross rather took a slight deflection. Goalkeeper's gone walkabout once again, but he gets there ahead of Brahimi. Draoui with a foot in. Still the pressure on here. This is Bounedjah. Draoui. Chetty. Ben Lamry. Zinedine Boutmane is the player that's going to come on, another Tunisian-based player. Chetty. Wins the corner. Al-Ghazali with a challenge. I think they will wait for the corner before making the change. Yeah, that's the signal from the benches. Don't make the change just yet. That was a good challenge back by Al-Ghazali. Scored from a well-worked corner on the stroke of half-time when Ben Lamry headed in. Will they go for that near-post flick once again that can often be so problematic for defenders? Brahimi will take the corner. Seventh corner of the game for Algeria. It's another training ground routine one. Doesn't miss out the first man, though, with a second attempt to play the ball into the box. Chetty. Brahimi. Given away cheaply, and Walid Hassan should be able to bring this one away now. Saladin Adil. A free kick by Draoui, and now I think they will make the change. Baghdad Bounedjah, who was so impressive with those 2 goals in the first half, had a goal disallowed thanks to VAR, hit the post with an overhead kick in the first half as well. Will go off, I'm sure, to a great reception. Well, he doesn't want to go off, as you can imagine. Any striker who's in form will want to score more goals, but he'll have another game in 3 days' time. 11 goals in 9 appearances in the QSL for him this year. Great goal-scoring record, and he's continued it here with 2 in the opening match. And it is Zinedine Boutmane from Etoile du Sahel in Tunisia that comes on. Saheldin Adil giving the ball away once again. Here's Boutmane, the man who's just come on, trying to play that through for Brahimi. Just too far ahead of him, though, and will be gathered by Abo Shren. And he guided his side through to the Africa Cup of Nations. Ubevelu finished second in their group behind Ghana. They were ahead of South Africa and Sao Tome and Principe. Drowie. Flicked by Sudani. Faris. Meno, the man chasing him into the corner. Bagheera, who was a centre-back in his playing days, started his career in England with Crewe Alexandra, which down in the EFL, the English Football League. Moved to Qatar with Lekwia, which then became Al Dahail. Finished his career with Aris in Greece. Fancied a bit of sunshine in his latter playing years. This is the first step on the road to coaching for him. So he is the assistant to Jamel Belmadi. Occupied that position at Al Dahail and Fujairah as well in the UAE. I wonder whether he'll eventually branch out and try and take on a coaching role of his own. This is a good grounding for him here in this tournament. Ben Lamry. Hasn't opted to change any of his back four. So far, 3 changes made by Algeria. Back four has stayed the same. Beniyada, Bedrane and Chetty with Ben Lamry, with Drowie and Rezegay just in front of them. You add in Brahimi in that middle of the 3, it's almost like a solid triangle that Algeria have got to build their strength on, with that Mboli behind them. Gazzoli's header. Nasreldin. On by Brahimi. Almost managed to slip that one through to Sudani. Ben Lamry. Just opened up, and the first shot of any great note we've seen from Sudan as the substitute, Mars. No trouble for the goalkeeper. Drowie. Foul by Walid Hassan. Quickly taken free kick, Meziani just trying to catch out Sudan. Good quick feet, nice reverse ball into Brahimi. Too many bodies at that near post, managing to shepherd the ball behind for a corner. It's a clever pullback looking for Sudani. Algeria with the corner, in by Brahimi, straight into the arms of Abo Shren. They haven't been as threatening with their corners in the second half, Algeria, as they were in the first. Faris. Nasreldin. Is there a consolation in this for Sudan in the latter stages of the game. One back again by Brahimi, or are there more goals in this for Algeria? Drowi. Brahimi. Now Chetty. Good movement again that time from Boutmene. Back by Salah Eldin Adil. One back in turn by Sudani. Haven't seen too many long-range shots from Algeria. They've been quite happy to work the ball into the final third and get shots in from close range, but the substitute fancied his chances there, Zinedine Boutmene. A couple more changes to come from Algeria, which will complete their quota of 5. Brahimi and Sudani are going to be the 2 players that are coming off. Yazin Titraoui, who was a late addition to the squad after an injury to Mehdi Abeid. He'll be coming on for the final couple of minutes. As well, Morone Zerouki. And he scored a hat-trick for his club side back in July in a 5-4 win, Morone Zerouki. And they're wearing number 13. So good performance by Brahimi and Sudani. There'll be 2 players that will look to impress during the course of this tournament. They've certainly made a strong start here. Sudani on the mark after that bit of quick thinking in the second half to nick the ball away from Mohamed Ahmed. And 3.5 minutes or so to go for Titraoui and Zerouki just to feel their way into the competition. Walid Hassan. Good ball, Nasser Eldin down the line, looking for Walid Hassan's run. Good defending again by Ben Lamry. Ben Lamry was another player that was part of that 2019 Africa Cup of Nations winning team. Nasser Eldin. This little fit Marzi's shot, took a deflection. We'll go for a corner. Just one staying up for Algeria, everybody else back inside the penalty area. Came off the head of Salah Eldin Adil, gathered in the end by Mboli. Res Mboli's had a fairly quiet afternoon, had to save the penalty. That was the only save he's had to make in the whole game so far. Just 3 shots on goal in the whole match for Sudan. Algeria have scored 4 goals here. They were the first African side to score 4 in a FIFA World Cup finals. 2014, they put 4 past the Korea Republic. Looking for a 5th here. Zerouki's offside, though. Sudan will need to regroup. They go to Al Ras Aboud, or the 974 stadium, for their second game against Egypt. And that'll be another busy night for them, you would feel. Play Lebanon back here in Al Rayyan in their final game on the 7th of December. Egypt and Lebanon, don't forget, in action a little bit later on in the group. You can see Morocco, Palestine at 7 o'clock local time, and then Saudi Arabia, Jordan at 10 o'clock local time. Good ball over the top, flag stays down. Zarouki's in behind here, there's only one in the middle. Zarouki might fancy his chances. Plays it back in the end to Meziani, the fellow substitute who forces a save from Abou Shren. Eighth shot on target for Algeria. Just a question of how much the officials are adding on now at the end of the 90 minutes. 4 minutes is the answer. Draoui. Away by Faris. .3-0 at half-time to Algeria. Baghdad Bounedjah with a couple, hit the post as well with an acrobatic overhead kick, and then a really well-worked corner routine brought Jamal Ben Lamri his first international goal. And right at the start of the second half, literally a minute into that second half, Jamal Ben Lamri made it, Sudani rather, made it 4 after a mistake at the back by Mohamed Ahmed. Surprisingly, the man of the match is Baghdad Bounedjah. Great performance from him. See lots more goals from him, I'm sure, during the course of this tournament. And we'll be watching his future with interest. Algeria still on the attack in the 92nd minute. Benayada. Bedrane. Just happy now to run the clock down. And Lamri just lost the ball for a moment. Rezegate. Just out of the reach of Titraoui. This is Adam Ahmed. Abougla. Chase on here for Zarouki, but Mohamed Ahmed will get there first, although Zarouki making life difficult for the defender. Amir. Final minute of added time. Oh, good play by Mars. Salah held in Adil. Just kept their shape really well in the second half, Algeria. They've managed to keep Sudan at bay, and anything they had going forward. They did have that penalty, of course, which was awarded by VAR Sudan. Saved, though, by Ray Somboli. Rezegate. Now Draoui. Chetty. A number of debutants in the Algerian side, and they've all played their part in a good performance. Meziani. Quickly closed down by Walid Hassan. And that is the 4 minutes up, and that is the full-time whistle from the Japanese referee. And Majid Bugera gets his FIFA Arab Cup campaign off to a winning start in impressive fashion. Ben Lamry was on the score sheet, got the third of those 4 goals, that well-worked corner with a little flick to get his first international goal. Ray Somboli saved the penalty. Baghdad Bunajar scored twice in the first half. He was added to by Al Arabi Sudani at the start of the second. A big win for Algeria. They go top of the group, and they will await their next opponents in confident fashion. Bunajar was awarded man of the match, not surprisingly, only denied a hat-trick by VAR on an offside decision. Full-time here in Al Rayyan. It's finished Algeria 4, Sudan 0.
Coach Hardlak, qu'est-ce qu'il passe au sein de l'équipe de Soudan aujourd'hui pour perdre avec cette large défaite?
Hier j'avais dit qu'on a beaucoup de mal à rentrer dans les matchs internationaux. J'avais dit ça hier en conférence de presse. Ça s'est vérifié aujourd'hui. Première mi-temps très difficile. Même physiquement, on n'était pas là, on n'était pas bien. Deuxième mi-temps un peu mieux, mais bon, face à une équipe comme l'Algérie, de faire la première mi-temps qu'on a fait, c'est impossible d'espérer quelque chose dans le match. Voilà.
Qu'est-ce qui fait la différence pour
La différence, même physiquement, on n'est pas bien. La préparation était perturbée, on ne s'est pas entraîné comme on a voulu. On n'est pas physiquement, je pense, on n'est pas au point, comment dire, pour faire des matchs de ce niveau. C'est-à-dire peut-être avec la compétition qui va avancer, peut-être on sera un peu mieux, mais aujourd'hui on n'était pas prêt, physiquement et dans la tête.
Merci.
Voilà, merci.
كابتن هاردلاك، اليوم هزيمة ثقيلة في أول مباراة، شنو سبب هذه الهزيمة؟
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يوم صراحة صعب علينا، نتيجة كبيرة زي ما قلت. الزمنا نحسن نفسنا في الفترة الجاية، ما عندنا زمن كافي غير يومين. أخطاء كانت يعني أقدر ما أقول إنها كانت قاتلة، وبسببها دفعنا ثمن غالي. يوم للنسيان صراحة. يلزمنا نراجع نفسنا ونستعد للمباراة الجاية إن شاء الله.
المدرب حكى عن العمل البدني كذلك، حسيت روحكم تعبانين في المباراة هذه قياسا بالمنتخب الجزائري؟
والله يا أخي هي ما يعني ممكن نقول في يحتاج عمل بدني، وممكن أصلا ما في زمن ذاته أنت تشتغل عمل بدني، لأنه أنت عندك بعد يومين عندك مباراة ثانية، ما في زمن. فالناس محتاجة أي واحد يراجع نفسه ويرجع للشريط بتاع المباراة، تشوف الأخطاء هي كانت شبه واضحة، وبعد كل واحد يراجع نفسه، يعني ما أكثر من كده.
شكرا، بارك الله فيك.
الخضر في كأس العالم أول انتصار، ماذا تقول على المباراة؟
أول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، مبروك الفوز لبلادنا، مبروك الفوز جماهيرنا اللي كانت طول المباراة تشجع فينا، اللي كانوا في الجزائر هنا في الدوحة. الحمد لله أهم شيء هو 3 نقاط. أول مباراة لينا تقدر تقول مع المدرب، ما اشتغلناش كثير مع المدرب، كان عندنا فترة صغيرة 5 أيام ولا، لكن الحمد لله إن شاء الله اليوم اعطينا كل شيء، حبينا نفوز بهذه المقابله الحمد لله.
شفناك سعيد جدا بعد تسجيل هدفين. بغداد بونجاه عاد الى التهديف وبقوه في قطر.
اكيد فرحان اليوم بالاهداف، لكن اهم هو اشتغلنا كمجموعه واحده. اهم شيء هو المجموعه، كيفاش تدافع، كيفاش نهاجموا مع بعض. الحممد لله اليوم انا جاوني الفرص سجلت. ان شاء الله ما زلنا مقابلات صعبين جايين. احنا فتحت افتتاح البطوله ب3 نقاط وهذا اهم شيء.
شكرا جزيلا بغداد وبالتوفيق.
شكرا.
Yeah, for sure, it's all time good to win like that, and especially the first game. It will give us a little bit confidence for the rest, and very happy about the attitude of the player, especially for the first half. Second half, the last half an hour, I think we start to lose the ball very easy. We need to have more control with the possession, especially when you win 4-0. But in general, you know, we'll keep positive about this game.
And for sure, you will start thinking about the second game.
Yeah, straight away.
Before to play Egypt.
For sure. Like I said, you know, every game is like a final. So, yeah, we have 2 days to recover and to play Lebanon. So every game can be a tough game. So now we need to have a good recovery, and inshallah, be ready for the next game.
Inshallah, thank you so much. Good.
Thank you. Cheers.
Luck.
Well, it was a game that was dominated by Algeria really from start to finish. 59% possession, 19 shots as opposed to 4 from Sudan. One of those was the missed penalty. 8 on target for Algeria, 4 goals. Great performance in front of goal, particularly in that first half. 18 fouls by Sudan as well. Just shows how difficult it was for them to contain the Algerians. Well, despite the fact Algeria are missing a lot of their key players for this tournament, they still will go as one of the favourites, and they set out against Sudan in blistering fashion. An early goal after 9 minutes from Baghdad Bounedjah, the man who's so prolific in the QSL. Goalkeeper went walkabout, Abo Shren, and ultimately paid the price, and Algeria into an early lead to settle any early nerves for them. And they kept pressing throughout that first half. Brahimi was excellent, got to the byline, had a presence of mind to look up and see Bounedjah unmarked. And despite the fact the goalkeeper got a hand to it, there was too much on the pace of the ball, and it nestled in the bottom corner as Bounedjah registered his second goal of the game. And they made a third just before half-time, an excellent corner routine, flicked on at the near post, and Ben Lamry, the defender, getting a first international goal to put Majid Bagheera's side into a 3-0 lead at half-time. A very dominant performance by the Algerians, the defending Africa Cup of Nations champions, who will be looking to try and add the Arab Cup to that. And Algeria were gifted a goal right at the start of the second half. Al Arabi Sudani taking the ball away from Mohamed Ahmed, who just slipped, just a poor touch there, and another good finish into the bottom corner. And, well, if you thought there was no way back at 3-0, certainly now the game was very much going Algeria's way. Bounedjah thought he got a hat-trick, a lovely finish over the goalkeeper, but after a couple of minute wait, VAR decided that he had gone just a fraction too early, as you can see, so the goal was disallowed, much to his disappointment. Sudan were given a chance to get themselves back into the game, VAR awarding a penalty for the challenge on the captain Nesraldin by Ben Lamry. He gave Mohamed Abdul Rahman the chance from the spot, but he was denied by a fine save from Raysam Bolli, who was the goalkeeper of the tournament at the Africa Cup of Nations 2 years ago. He made the save, kept a clean sheet, and Algeria will be certainly among the favourites for this tournament after this opening performance. All the goals, or the majority of the goals, coming in the first half. Algeria, 3 points on the board, top of the table for now at least. It finished Algeria 4, Sudan 0. Confirmation then, after the first game. Algeria top, Lebanon and Egypt go head-to-head a little bit later on today, but with just 3 games to play, Algeria's 3 points means that they are in a very strong position already to qualify as one of the top 2 for the next stage of the competition. So that's the first of our 4 games for you today. It's another busy day here in Qatar. We hope you've enjoyed another 4 goals here to add to the 6 we had yesterday. Plenty more action to come throughout the day. We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Arab Cup. Stay with us, there's plenty more to come. But from us all here at the Abu Biras Stadium in Abu Dhabi, in Al Rayyan, it's bye for now.